Italy continues to capture the hearts and minds of retirees. Surveys from several crowdsourced databases indicate that it is the most appealing country to retire in the world. This is all thanks to its diverse landscapes, mild weather, cultural heritage, and some of the world's most celebrated beaches, food, and wine. It consists of 20 different regions, all of which are very easy to fall in love with. But a clear vision of your needs and preferences allows you to narrow down on the regions which are compatible for your ideal retirement. In this video, we have highlighted all of the characteristics and attributes, as well as the advantages and disadvantages of retiring in each one of the listed regions. Beyond climate and terrain, these regions differ in terms of infrastructure too. Cost of living and property prices are also different. For example, the southern regions are cheaper, while the northern regions are expensive. In the end, the best region for retirement in Italy is the one that ticks all of your boxes. The country's dedicated retirement visa is called the Elective Residence Visa. To qualify for this, retirees have to prove an annual passive income of 31,000 euros, which is around 35,000 US dollars. So, from the Alps to the Mediterranean, here are the top best regions for retirement in Italy. Number 12. Calabria. Calabria is the pointy part of the Italian boot, the long southern Italian region stretching towards Sicily. It is unlikely to be the first place you'll want to retire in Italy, but if you want to live in an uncensored part, this region fits the description. The cost of living in Calabria is very low. You can afford a sea view villa, eat magnificent food, and enjoy plenty of entertainment options on just $1,500 to $2,000 a month. The capital and main city of the region is Reggio Calabria, which is located in the Strait of Messina, right in front of Sicily. It operates regular ferries to the nearby island of Sicily and boasts an international airport which hosts daily international flights. The healthcare system in Calabria is a bit obsolete, though for routine checkups, each town and municipality is decked with private clinics. Another drawback is that English is not frequently spoken in this region, so you must have full command over Italian to retire in this part of Italy. Top places to retire in Calabria include the towns of Tropea, Scalia, and Pizzo. All of these towns display coastal views and amazing food and wine. Number 11. The region of Veneto. Home to Venice. The romantic canals of Verona, many UNESCO sites, and the elegant streets of Padua. Veneto welcomes tens of millions of visitors every year. As a result, it is more favored by tourists rather than retirees. Unlike southern Italy, Veneto isn't defined by endless sunshine or long Mediterranean beaches. Instead, its beauty lies in snow-capped peaks rising in the Dolomites to the north, rolling vineyards blanketing the countryside, and the calm shores of Lake Garda and the Adriatic coast. The climate is moderate, with warm summers, crisp autumns, mild springs, and cooler winters that bring a distinct change of seasons, without the harsh extremes of Northern Europe. Retirees tend to settle down in its less touristic towns and the lakeside communities around Lake Garda. Living costs are higher due to mass tourism. A retired couple can enjoy a decent life on around $2,700 to $3,400 US dollars a month. Healthcare is another major advantage, as this region consistently ranks among Italy's strongest regions for public and private healthcare. Thanks to the region's tourism industry, English is widely understood in day-to-day interactions, making the transition way smoother. Number 10. Lazio. Lazio is a region of central Italy, bordered by the Tyrrhenian Sea, traversed by the waters of the Tiber River, and mainly characterized by hills and mountains, while it slopes down near the coast. Just like Veneto, the region of Lazio is renowned for its tourism scene. For most people, it is simply the home of Rome, a place of ancient ruins, world-famous landmarks, and millions of visitors passing through each year. The best places to retire are often found outside the bustle of Rome. Towns in the interior parts are not that appealing, while those on the seafront are tranquil and ideal for retirees. Living costs fluctuate from one area to another, but a retired couple can generally live well on $2,500 to $3,500 per month, with Rome sitting at the higher end and smaller towns being more affordable. The constant flow of internationals means English is commonly understood in Lazio. Therefore, settling in for those hailing from America, Canada, and the UK is easier here. Number 9. Sardinia. Sardinia is a large, beautiful island region of Italy, immediately to the east of Italy's boot. With some of the best beaches in the Mediterranean, it is ideal for sun seekers and anyone who wants to enjoy its crystal clear waters. It is also labeled as a top blue zone, an area or region of the world where people live significantly longer than average lives. Some speculate that its Mediterranean climate, active lifestyle, the local food and wine are the reason for higher than average life expectancy. But whatever the reason might be, Sardinia has everything for a fruitful retirement. The main areas of interest here are its towns of Olbia, Alghero, and the city of Cagliari for modern services. Smaller coastal communities also provide an even quieter lifestyle, where fresh seafood, local markets, and close-knit neighborhoods become part of everyday life. Living costs have increased here in recent years. To put into numbers, a retired couple should have a monthly budget of at least $2,800. Aside from the living expenses, property prices have also appreciated. Though outside the luxury enclaves, it is still possible to acquire a 3-bedroom freestanding house for under €300,000. Number 8. Abruzzo. Situated in central Italy, right between the Apennine Mountains and the Adriatic Sea, Abruzzo is one of Italy's lesser-known regions. Almost 70% of it is made up of national parks, making it a paradise for nature lovers, hikers, and skiers. Due to lack of traction from internationals, it remains less crowded, which makes its cost of living the lowest out of all the regions of Italy. Property prices are also moderate. A mid-sized townhouse or villa near the sea are usually listed for under €150,000. Though one major drawback is that English is not widely spoken here. Even in its cities, your chances of running into a local who will speak English with you are slim. Other than that, services are reliable with supermarkets, banks, and transport in most towns, and healthcare is decent with hospitals in L'Aquila, Pescara, and Teramo, while smaller towns have clinics for routine checkups. For potential retirees, the fact that a couple could live here for about $1,600 is the biggest selling point. Number 7. Emilia-Romagna. If Emilia-Romagna had a reputation, it would probably belong to students before retirees. This is because it is home to some of Europe's most oldest universities, mainly in the city of Bologna. But then again, there is a sizable retiree community here, most of which is scattered in and around its coastline. Its seaside city of Rimini has over 100 beaches and promenades, which are lined with villas, resorts, and apartments that overlook the Adriatic Sea, making it a great place for someone who wants to enjoy a beachside life at a fraction of the price. Head inland, and the character changes completely. Historic cities like Parma and Piacenza combine elegant architecture, world-famous cuisine, and a relaxed pace of life, all the while sitting within easy reach of Milan. So if you like having access to a global city without living in one, these places strike a pretty compelling case. Moreover, Emilia-Romagna consistently ranks among Italy's best regions for healthcare, public services, and infrastructure. Roads are well maintained. Trains are fast and reliable. A couple can enjoy a decent life on $2,300 to $3,000 per month. The sum depends on whether you choose the coast, a smaller town, or one of the larger cities. Number 6. The region of Puglia. This large region juts into the Adriatic Sea, 50 miles from Greece, and is the ideal choice for a retiree craving beaches, waves, and seafood. The people here know how to live. It must be the sunshine, the food, and the wine that make them so friendly. Sun seekers will rejoice in Puglia, where the climate is semi-arid and mild year-round, with fine weather stretching from April through November. All of its towns are scenic and intriguing, with their blends of Greek, Roman, Byzantine, Arab, and Baroque influences melding together, while some are downright otherworldly. Life is never boring in Puglia, and life is affordable here too. On paper, a monthly budget of just $2,500 is sufficient for a comfortable retirement. Real estate is affordable as well, with homes starting at just $60,000. Of course, larger houses, country villas, and seaside homes run a premium, but even so, some deals can still be found. While its southern peninsular position may look isolated, it's not remote. There are two major airports in its cities of Bari and Brindisi, along with a rail line that runs up the Adriatic coast. When it comes to healthcare, the city of Bari has first-class hospitals, and all the other small towns have clinics for routine checkups. Number 5. Sicily. The largest island in the Mediterranean, with an astonishing 600 miles of coastline, Sicily has everything from beaches to culture and mountains to active volcanoes, and even skiing. For retirees, the thought of residing here seems a bit unorthodox, as most of its seaside hubs shut down in off-seasons. But besides the smaller tourist hubs, it is in winters you can explore the island without the crowds and also find amazing accommodation options for a fraction of the price. Catania and Palermo hold on to people year-round, so if you're looking for a year-round place to live in Sicily, these cities are your best bet. Another common downside is Sicily's obsolete infrastructure. The public transport is slow, and services vary in reliability. Nonetheless, this is offset by the island's unmatched lifestyle advantages, like warm climate, deep cultural richness, world-class food, and a pace of life that feels authentically Mediterranean. When it comes to safety, pickpocketing and scams are probably the most common issues you'll come across, whereas overall, major crime against foreigners are rare. The average monthly expenses barely reach $1,200, while the median home listing price is around $75,000. For those seeking luxury, exceptional properties in southern Sicily can be acquired for approximately $300,000. Small stone houses in the villages, most of which require significant renovation, can be purchased for as little as $5,000 to $30,000. Number 4. The region of Campania. This geographically stunning place has been magnetic for millennia. Encompassing Naples, the Amalfi Coast, Pompeii, and more, it is not hard to understand the draw this area has had for modern and ancient travelers alike. Also, it consists of small islands in the Gulf of Naples, called Capri and Ischia. International community is very large here, and English is spoken and understood throughout the region. The infrastructure is very strong. There is an international airport in Naples, an extensive rail network, and one of Italy's largest public healthcare systems. Living expenses in Campania vary a lot, with all the touristic hotspots like the Amalfi Coast, Sorrento, and the island of Capri being some of the most expensive localities of Italy. Besides these upscale zones, there are many localities you can live for cheap. But seaside living remains costly, with median monthly expenses reaching $3,000 mark for a retired couple. Buying real estate in this regions is very lucrative. You can buy a retirement home or an apartment to rent out as an Airbnb. Though prices can be very high, especially in its prestigious hotspots. But then again, in spite of the high touristic activity and demand, seaside apartments are priced fairly here, with listings ranging from $95,000 to $420,000 US dollars. Number 3. Tuscany. When it comes to retirement in Italy, Tuscany has always been at the top of the list, not by reputation alone, but by merit. Its terrain is made up of rolling hills, vineyards, olive groves, cypress-lined roads, and villages that have evolved. At the same time, its shoreline hosts many rural Mediterranean towns without the intensity of mass resort development. Tourism, of course, is present, mainly in cities like Florence, Pisa, and Siena. But daily life is barely affected by the local tourism scene. People from across Europe and North America have settled and bought properties in many of its upscale areas. The cost of living is reasonable by Western European standards. Currently, a budget of $3,000 is sufficient for a retired couple. Real estate, on the other hand, is very expensive, which is due to the region's global demand. Rural homes, farmhouses, estates, and village properties can easily reach millions. Number 2. Liguria. Liguria extends along the Mediterranean, from the French border to all the way to the region of Tuscany. It is aptly known as the Italian Riviera. The region's seaside towns, such as Portofino, the colorful villages of Cinque Terre, and the elegant city of Genoa are the main points of interest. Living expenditure in Liguria is very steep due to its close proximity to the neighboring French Riviera and Monaco. On average, a monthly budget of at least $3,500 US dollars is mandatory for a couple. Secondly, property prices in this part of Italy are also the highest. Median price for a 2-bedroom apartment starts from $300,000, while houses, especially those in close proximity to the sea, can easily reach millions. When it comes to modern-day conveniences, Liguria is well equipped, and the strong rail connections make it easy to travel across northern Italy and into neighboring France. Although learning Italian is always worthwhile, many retirees find that English is widely understood here. Number 1. Lombardy. Large, beautiful, and industrialized, Lombardy lies in the north of the country, sharing a border with Switzerland. A sixth of Italy's population lives in Lombardy, and about a fifth of Italy's GDP is produced in the region, making it the most populous and richest region in the country. Italy's capital, Milan, is the main seat of the region. Many retirees base themselves in the outskirts of Milan. Aside from being home to the city of fashion, Lombardy is famous worldwide for its beautiful lake district, notably Lake Como, Lake Garda, and Lake Maggiore. Many savvy business moguls and Hollywood A-list celebrities have bought lakeside properties here. House prices vary greatly depending on how close you are to the lake and popular towns. A lakeview property could cost from €600,000 and up into the millions. But if you are willing to drive a bit further from the Lake District, it's possible to find cheaper properties with panoramic views for much less. Cost of living in Lombardy is the highest in Italy, in top retirement enclaves. Monthly expenses can easily reach $5,000. Day-to-day activities in Lombardy revolve around leisurely lakeside walks, ferry rides between picturesque villages, open-air cafes, hiking alpine trails, wine tasting, and discovering centuries-old castles and Renaissance architecture. Milan's airports make the region easy to get to all year round, and locally the train links extend to almost every part of Lombardy. Thanks for watching! If you find this video informative, be sure to leave a like. If not, then a dislike. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content.